Hello and welcome to day 63 in this quest for a 2000 rating on chess.com, a 2000 rapid rating. All right, so a 15-minute game with 10 seconds added per move. Let's find an opponent here and begin. All right, will we have white or black? That is the question. All right, so it's doing a lot of searching. All right, so we're playing iPenner, maybe? 1662 from Canada. Okay, so we'll start with e4. I mentioned, at some point, I don't know if I should switch back to a d4 opening because they're more solid and I'm probably more of a strategic player than tactical, but I do need work on tactics. So, I'll probably stick with this opening for a little while before I decide to change it up. All right, so here, an immediate attack. Do I just protect that? We'll just go ahead and do that. See what they do next. So we protect the center. All right, so now we can go ahead and castle. And all right, so they play this to avoid any pins. Let's see. I guess we could play that maybe, or maybe I should have played c3 to try and control the center. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and do that. Then the question will be, okay, so he plays that. Now, do I just go after the center? Should I just push forward here? Try and control more space? So that's the question. Do I play c3, try and play in the middle? All right. Well, I think I will just play that. Try and get a little better control in the center, keep his knight out. Okay, so here, the question is, do I capture, getting rid of my bad bishop for his good bishop? It'll pull his pawn into the center, which may be a good idea. Well, yeah, I don't know. There's good and bad to that. If it pulls his pawn into the center, it strengthens his pawn position here. Let's see. Maybe I go ahead and capture. It gives him doubled pawns. So, that could be an issue for him. The doubled pawns. We'll just go ahead and do it. It gets rid of our bad bishop for his good bishop. Now, how do we continue next? Do we bring our queen up and fork these two pawns? If we bring our queen up, we're attacking this pawn and this one. So that might be an idea to play there. Is this knight going to cause any problems if he attacks my queen? All right, we'll just go ahead and do that. So now we're forking this pawn on e6 and his b7 pawn. All right. Well, okay. So his queen just covers both of them. Okay. So now, what should we do? There's probably no way to put more pressure on either of those pawns, is there? Okay. Well, now we could jump our knight over here and threaten a fork of his bishop and his rook. So I think I'll do that. Although, I don't know, putting the knight on the rim is not always the best idea. You know, maybe I should be developing my other knight. And now he could press forward here and attack my queen. But then, you know, I probably just need to move this queen back towards the center anyway. And it would leave his knight on the edge. All right. And this move allows our pawn to jump up here. Well, I don't know. Now I have to watch out. No, you know, anyway, if he castles, then we just fork his rook and his bishop. But then do I want to give up my strong forward placed knight for that? Maybe I want to push this pawn next. All right, well, we'll just see what he does here. Okay, so he does castle. All right, so we might as well attack there. Then maybe we could push this up. All right. All right, so we'll go and attack his rook. Okay. Now, what should we do? Keep that knight there. Should we push here? We'll miss our opportunity to take out his bishop, but I don't know. That bishop is kind of trapped in there. So if I go here, I'm thinking that's probably what I need to do. Let's move that up there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now I got to watch out for, I just opened up this diagonal on my king. So I got to watch out for that. I definitely need to work on developing my bishop and my other knight. You know, that's the downside here. Okay, so he goes ahead and captures. Should I develop the bishop? Then he could chase it away. Um, all right. Or if I go here, could develop the knight. Okay, I got my queen lined up on this diagonal on his king, rook. So what should I, can I use that to an advantage? If I pick this off, then what? Well, his knight can recapture as well, so maybe I need to capture with my knight, and then I threaten to jump up here. So maybe the knight capture is best. But then if he pushes forward attacking me, then what do I do? Should I give up that wonderful knight here for his bishop? That is the question. That is the question. All right, before I burn up too much time, if I go here, I'm attacking. Does that knight do anything there? No, no. All right, all right. I'm taking way too long to make a decision here, so let's just trade that off. Will he attack with the rook or with the knight? All right, so now do I attack with the bishop? Probably, because I need to develop this bishop. All right, so we'll go ahead and do that. He could go here with his knight, but then I guess I could just drop back to here. Okay, so he decides to go that way. All right. Now, do I keep my bishop centralized? Or do I drop back here for defense? Because, man, I got to keep these knights out. I don't know. I probably need to keep these knights. Probably need to keep these knights out of here, because they could jump. This one could jump forward, then try and jump in here. All right, let's go ahead and just do that. I don't know how much of a difference it makes. Now we got to figure out what to do with our knight. You know, probably jump here towards the center. We could maybe try and push forward here, attacking his knight and the pawn at the same time. You know, if he captures, well, that doesn't work, does it? If we go here and he captures, you know, this knight is covering that for now. So I need to activate this knight. So jump this knight up here to D2. And connect my rooks. Okay. Well, that was interesting. I guess he didn't want my queen attacking if his queen has to move. All right, let's just jump that knight up there, connect our rooks. And see what my opponent plans next. And now, like my usual predicament, I am running low on time. Okay. What is this queen doing? Maybe trying to put pressure here. Well, should we just jump forward here? Seems like that would work. Have to watch out for these knights. They could be dangerous. All right, we'll just develop up there. All right. Okay. So now he's wanting to double up his rooks and cause issues. Double up his rooks and cause me some problems. All right. All right, I guess I need to double my rooks up then. Double those rooks up. Okay. Ooh, we're getting down into the end here. So what will they play? You know, what are they trying to do? They could just push this pawn. Well, no, then that would kind of pin this rook to the king. So maybe they move their king off that line. I don't know. I was thinking maybe they push this, try and jump their knight in here. Okay, so that is interesting. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and do that then. All right. What will they try next? He could either jump this here. Well, if he does that, I'll just capture that and double his pawns up. If he jumps forward, okay, he does do that. Okay. Well, I should probably just capture. Now, if we trade, this is going to be a big trade-off here. If I capture, and he captures, and then if we trade off here, his queen could end up here. All right, well, I don't have much time to think about it. I mean, I at least should do that, I guess. Now, do I trade everything off here? Or do I get my queen in the game? Do I get my queen in the game? All right, if his king moves forward, we're just running out of time here, so do I reroute my queen? No. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Okay. Now, do I capture and bring his queen over? If I go here and then capture with my queen and he picks this off, well then what? All right. Might as well do that. And then, let's see. Now what? Now what? All right. If his knight jumps into the position, what can it do? What can it do here? My bishop is covering that. If he goes here, what can his queen do? Do I want to jump back here? Do I push this pawn up? All right, do I just push this pawn forward, but then he could jump into there? All right, let's do that. All right, now what? Now what? Could just jump his knight in there. Okay, and so he does. All right. Do we go ahead and capture that? Or do we pick this off? I don't know. It's looking dangerous. Let's see. Do we go here and cover everything? If we go there, or do we just go here? We'll just do that, I guess. And I'm really low on time now, only a minute and 20 left. So what will he try to do here? Normally, you don't want to trade down into an all pawn endgame unless you're sure that it works. Okay, I guess I could. Man, yeah, now he can threaten to jump in there into the position. So I probably need to block him off. With this move. So I'll go ahead and do that. Huh. Now that is interesting. Deciding to give up the queens. Do I just capture? with that move. Let's see if I go there. If I capture him, we'll go ahead and do that. And if I go there, I can go there. And push forward. All right. If I go there, he's going to jump in there. I'll go there and do that. I think I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble. All right. So, do I push this up all the way to there? All right. If I go there, he captures. I capture, then he moves forward. If I go here, I think I lost this one because he has that extra pawn. That might have been a mistake as well. What the heck? Yep, that's the end. That is the end. Oh, man, I hate it's really it's frustrating to lose games like that. All right. Well, I'll just play it out to the end to demonstrate what you should try to do. That way you can see how the winning side does it. All right. I don't know what they're taking so long for. Like, should be an easy win. Let's see. If I go there, probably have to go back that way. So frustrating. All right. Just, man, that's why you don't want to go into an end game with just pawns unless you're sure that you have an advantage. And what the heck? Another 94.1% accuracy. All right, I guess people can play that good, but I just had a recent game I think that I played, and the person was banned for cheating, and they had like a 93% accuracy rating. So I don't know. Like I played 86.2. I had 27 of the best moves, but they had 36 of the best moves. You know, that's possible, but oh, come on. They had no inaccuracies, no mistakes, no misses. I don't know. When they're perfect like this, then it's kind of suspect. So I don't know. Um, I had two inaccuracies and one mistake here. And it says that was a hard fought game that your opponent won with some strong end game play. So let's take a look. All right, so we played the Italian game, which, let's see here. All right, so it's going to blast through these moves real quick and then... All right, so that was a mistake there. Best would have been to bring these pawns up immediately. Okay. Yeah, I guess if I would have kept this pawn here, I could have just moved back and forth. Um, right now, it's saying black is ahead, like winning. So b4 would have been better, which I played later. Okay, so once I play this, black is pretty much winning. That wasn't the best move. Let's see. But I don't know. Does that make much of a difference? The king gets there a little faster. So, okay, here. I should have been playing the rest of the game review, and then we'll do... Yeah, so I was losing at that point. Here, we'll do the analysis and go over all this. Yeah, so here, once again, is a 1600 player playing 2350 in a game that was like how many moves? 60 something moves long. All right, so some of the moves are... I don't know, like some of the moves are kind of automatic, you know, especially in the end when he's winning. But I don't know, I start to get suspicious. At least I played at a 1900 level. So let's go back and look at the analysis and see what we can figure out here. You know, after that previous game where it was the same thing. A 1600 player played at a 2300 level, and that's possible because I've had a couple games maybe that, you know, out of 60 games in this series, you know, or over 60, maybe I've had a couple games where I played at a 2300 level, but I don't know. They weren't tactical. They were like a more strategic games. So there wasn't a lot of crazy tactics going on. But I had a recent game that was kind of full of tactics, and the player, I guess, their account got banned for possible cheating. And then I kind of looked at some of their games. They lost some games, but they had a lot of games that were like ridiculously high, like 90% accuracy games or higher. You know, which is possible. Anything's possible. You could just have a really good day. All right, enough about that. So in the game, we start out e4, e5, attack, he defends. We play bishop to c4, the Italian game, lining up on the king side. They play the two knights defense. So here, you know, what is best? Once again, I'm gonna have to look in my opening book for this, and you know, until I get all these openings down. I played d3 to keep things kind of keep things from going too crazy. So they develop here. Maybe c3 is the best move. I don't know. I castle. And they play this to keep my bishop maybe from pinning. All right. So now we gain space on the queen side. They push this pawn to protect here and be able to develop. And I thought, well, you know, should I prevent him? I just move here. And it says that's an excellent move, but it even recommends just a5, gaining even more space over here. All right, so c3, but now they want knight to c3 instead. Okay, but, you know, well, it says this move is good, but now the game's about even. With the knight to c3 move, white would remain ahead. Okay, so here, looks like the best thing is to go ahead and capture, which is what I did. So he recaptures. So far, nothing too crazy. we attack, forking these two pawns. So, okay, it did say that was the best move, although now it's not even showing that move. It's saying knight at b to d2. All right, so here it recommends d5, but queen to c8 is second best. All right, and I was kind of wondering if he would play d5, forcing me to make a decision on what to do in the center there. All right, so after this move, oh man, is that a bad move there? Oh no, I guess if he takes this pawn and has a discovered attack by his bishop, I can still jump up here, threatening his rook, which is unprotected, and his bishop, and then I could pick this knight off. But he plays the best move again here, castling, which that's still a obvious move, I guess. So we jump up here, which the computer ended up liking that move. And now the rook moves here, but the computer says it would have been good to go there. How much of a difference is that? They're about even, both those moves. So we go there. F4. But developing our bishop would have been better. Or bishop to e3 would have been the best move. So they attack. Bishop captures would have been better. Okay. Instead, I capture there first, and that's an inaccuracy. Well, now they're saying the knight capture would have been better. Man, I thought about that move. Then I guess if I capture there, he could attack me, but then I could just jump right back up there, I guess. Let's see, if knight captures, then they recommend queen to d7. All right. Well, what should I have done here? Now it says bishop captures is the best move, but I think now the computer's going to change its mind, because here we have what? King to h7, knight to h5 attacking. Then we could have, all right, hold on. If black plays knight to h5 attacking, knight to d2 works. Let's take a look at that. Knight to h5. Knight to d2 is the best move. Why? Knight captures. Okay, I guess we can capture. Then if the rook captures, oh my gosh, yeah, this is crazy. Bishop to g5, rook at a to f1, and then capture, capture, and then b5. Okay, anyway, before I go off into a long, crazy combination, back to the game. What did we have here? All right, I played f4. They captured. Now it's saying rook takes f4 or knight takes f4. Before it was saying, what, bishop? So now knight captures. Now it recommends queen to d7. And then we just capture their pawn up here. That's kind of interesting, I guess. Not sure why they would just give that pawn up. Well, let's take a look. Queen to d7. Queen captures. Rook to b8 attacking. Well, then, of course, we're going to go after the other one. And now, d5 attacking our knight. Oh, wait, that wasn't d5. That was e5. So let's delete that move. Delete. All right, so d5. Well, now it's saying rook to b6. Attacking the queen is even better. So that queen is forced to move here. Now d5, attacking the queen. And I would probably just capture here, but it's recommending a retreat of the queen. Oh, and then a bishop check. All right, but I don't know. I would probably just capture here. Capture, capture, then queen to a2 anyway. So let's see what this queen to a2 is about. But here they can capture this. Yeah, see now? They could capture, capture, and their knight could capture. So let's go back. Delete that move. And capture. Capture. Queen to a2. And now, what, d6? No, or why did I say d6? G5, bishop to d6, I guess. G5 attacking our knight. Okay, well, back to the game. Let's go back a few moves and see what was happening. We pushed our pawn. They captured. Now our knight was under attack. So we captured up there instead. They say that's an inaccuracy. They capture with the knight, which is best. Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to capture with his rook. But once again, he picked the best move. Okay, now bishop takes f4 would be best. Which, is that what I did? Yes. Okay. And then, all right, knight to h5, attacking my bishop. Is not what was played. Knight to h5. Instead, he attacks with this knight. All right. So I retreat. Although it says if I was going to retreat, bishop to e3 was better, which does keep the bishop centralized. All right, so now plays that move. b6. All right, is that a move that's hard to find? Maybe not, because you push this forward. Now the queen doesn't have to guard it anymore, but I don't know. I mean, would somebody normally find that move? Maybe. Knight to d2, so this is obvious, although here it wanted me to push that pawn forward. queen to d7. So they picked the best move again. Isn't that interesting? How they just keep finding the best moves over and over. All right. Knight to f3. Okay. Now, different options. Rook at a to f8, rook to e8, e5. What will they play? Oh, the number one recommendation, rook at a to f8. Although now the computer's saying knight to h5 would be better. But this is kind of an obvious move that just doubles the rooks up. So I thought, well, I better double my rooks up. So I did find this move, but now it's saying I should have pushed that pawn. All right. Now this retreat, is that something normal? It is in the top 3 list, retreating the knight back here. And I guess if you're going to retreat it, you could, well, let's see. So he retreats back. Now it's saying we should double our rooks, which we do. And the best move is knight to g5. And they play the best move once again. Now, is this suspicious? I don't know, because normally the average person wouldn't want to bring their knight up here and let you capture and give them doubled pawns here. But I don't know. Maybe I'm playing a chess master, and a viewer mentioned that you could be playing a chess master that started with a lower rating and their rating's still going up, or this could be an improving. Some kids are like really higher rated than what their online rating says, so you never know. Knight to g5, the best move. So of course my best option is to capture, give him doubled pawns, this weakness here. Now it's saying I should trade off rooks. So capture, capture, and keep going. He captures. And now queen to c4. So here's where I kind of mess up. I bring my queen back and retreat, where queen to c4 would have kept an eye on many things. Probably would have been better. Keep that queen centralized. It would attack this pawn. Of course, they could just push forward. But then I would stay lined up on the king and the queen. Well, that's funny, because now it's saying this retreat was the best move. So that surprises me a little bit. Knight to f4, also the best move. Why not put this knight on the outpost? I can't chase it away, or he'll pick this pawn off with check. Or can I? No, because then the queen can jump. Maybe I can do that. Okay, g3 was the best move. I overlooked that, because if he takes this, then I can't just go after it. Well, I guess I could. And then, if he attacked me with his queen, I could pick off his knight. Bishop to f4 was also acceptable, so probably I should have done that. Just picked his knight off right away there, but it would have undoubled his pawn, so that's why I didn't want to do that. Oh, and they even recommend capturing with the queen, so that's interesting, because then you're threatening to, if my queen moves up, his queen can try and dive in there and attack maybe. All right, well, let's take a look at this g3 move, because it's kind of interesting. If they capture, then my king comes up and attacks. So, oh, but then he can just protect with, no, because then my queen can pick that off. All right, yeah, this is kind of tricky. So what do we do here? It says they can just do that. Then we come up here. Oh, now it's saying that's a blunder. Okay, so I guess they can't do that. Well, let's find out why. Although here it's saying the game is even. If we go there, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, they have to protect their knight. Now, queen takes g4, queen to f2 check, king takes h3, queen to f1 check, king is forced to move up here, queen to f6 check, queen to g5, queen, man, it still says this is a draw, but it's like you have to find the one perfect move. Oh wait, f2, I got that wrong. Let me back that up. Delete. So yeah, queen to f2 attacking here. And now what? Queen to e7, counterattacking over here. I don't know. This is just really tricky stuff. So I'm not going to go too much deeper into that. Let's go back here. So queen to f3, it's saying that would have been, or that's what I actually played. Okay, so that was playable. Although I could have captured his knight and just gotten rid of that knight. If I capture, what is now they're recommending this as well, which is what I thought he would do, undouble his pawns, and then what? Queen to g4. Huh. Okay. Queen to g4. e5 to protect. Now c4 to block out the queen. Or we could have checked up there. But now it's saying this is best to keep the queen out of your position. a5. King to f2. But at this point, it's saying the game is even. So in the game, I play this move. Queen up to f3. They play e5, the best move yet again. Now it's saying I could just go ahead and capture. What do I play? c4. So I play that move, although now they say that's not best, that it would have been better just to go ahead and capture. So, capture, then what? Undouble the pawns like that. And then we're kind of back to where we were before. Because here, see, I don't know about that. Because, okay, so they captured there. It's white's turn. I have to watch out for the queen maybe jumping down here, attacking my pawns. They recommend king to h2 or queen to g4. So that, it doesn't even recommend this move here, forking these two pawns. I guess because then maybe I would be able to harass his king with a check up here. If his queen jumps down here to a2, I could jump my queen up here, attacking and go after this pawn and start picking his pawns off. Okay, so in the game, I play c4. He brings his queen in, and it says this is an excellent move, but king to h7. It also recommends that. So with this move, what is best? It looks like the best thing to do is to go ahead and just pick off his queen. That once I captured his knight, that wasn't... Black goes ahead there. So, I don't know. It says that this is still a good move, but now black is ahead. They're, and of course, he has to capture. Then after I capture, okay, let's go back a little bit. So after this, it says I should have captured. That would drive his knight back after the recapture. And then what? King to f2. Knight back to f4. And we're just basically forced to capture now. Then they capture b4 or king to f3 or g3. Ooh, g3 seems a little dangerous though. Giving him a passed pawn possible. All right, so b4, that's the best move, it says. Now, a5, here, b5 is the recommendation. The king jumps down here, we move up, king to g6, but then we can play this move. Then... Then what? It says the king can move any direction here. If we move this way, the king could try and slide up. Well, I don't know. Let's look at that. Now it's saying that's best. So here, what do we want to do? King up to h5. What if they just try that? Now what? King to h4 or g4, it doesn't matter there. That doesn't block your pawn. Oh man, now it says we have to back up. So yeah, look, you can see how tricky this is with these pawn-only endgames. All right, so in the game, let's go back a little bit. The queen comes down, attacking my queen. The best move would have been to capture the queen, but instead I capture the knight, forcing them to capture. I capture, and then they capture. So right now, black is ahead. My best move is b4 at this point. So b4, their best option is that. Now it's saying king to h7. And then what do we do here? We have to watch out for this, for them being able to make a passed pawn. Which we can't do because of this pawn here. Well, maybe they can't either. Let's see. If we play king to f2. Oh, now it's saying we should have pushed forward there. So let's take a look at that. Push forward. They could capture. Then we capture. Let's see, they capture. We capture. Their king starts moving, maybe getting ready to head over here and go after that. So if we play G2, now we have king to F6. And I don't know, we're kind of stuck guarding this. The king could swing over here, try and break something up here and go after this pawn. And that could be trouble. Anyway, once again, pretty tricky. So I played this, and it says this is a mistake. And it looks like a game-losing mistake. So now, what's the best move? King to H7. Although king to F7 and C5 are close. So they play king to F7, which is still good. We move up, but B4 would have been better. And they jump in here. Says that's a great move. So now, oh yeah, now we're just losing, it looks like. So, well, it's saying I should have gone there. King moves up. You know, now I'm forced to go up there. And we have this pawn pushing forward. Okay, so now B4 is the best move. They play the best move, which is also a great move. Now, what? D4 is the best move, which would just give up a pawn, and then I'd have to run over here and go after it. Oh my gosh. That is just crazy. Okay. Well, I play that. Oh, now they're saying that's really losing. It would have been better just to give that pawn up. So let's see. Oh man, well, I'm going to give this up anyway and we'll see what happens. So I go there. C takes B5 is the only move that keeps them in the game. And they find it. Of course they do. Okay, let's see. Why would A takes B5 be bad? What is the difference? Because normally people capture towards the center. Okay. All right, I see why. Because, no. Does that make a difference? Because now I capture this way. But then they can just capture. You know, and then nothing happens there. And then I have to move anyway. Oh, well, actually, let's see. It's black's turn here. So what would they do? Play G5 or just back up, but that would let me come forward. So they'd probably do that, you know, and then I should capture. They would capture, of course, and then I go to G2. D5, really? How does that work? They go up there. Well, he would be able to stop me. But I don't know. At this point, it just says it's a draw. All right. So in the game, we had b5. They find the best move, capturing away from the center. So our best move is to capture what? Towards the center. And then they'll have this passed pawn over here. What? That's kind of crazy. All right. So we capture that way to prevent him from getting a passed pawn. And now he plays a5, of course. Let's see. Now, this is what's interesting. He just plays a5, but, I guess it's a 50-50 toss-up whether you capture or push the pawn. But once again, they find the best move. Instead of capturing the pawn, they just push forward. And then I'm going to lose that h-pawn. So I go here, they capture, go there, he pushes forward, I go back, and he just starts pushing. What now? What now? Best is king to f2, but I'm going to be stuck just guarding this when his king can just march around and break through over there. So I capture, he captures, king to f2, f3 was best. So now that lets me go up here. That's interesting that he played that move. So f3 would have been better. Which is what I thought he was going to do. So I go here. He moves down the board. And then I push. So, see, it recommended me going here. Well, that doesn't look good because he could just go here and escort the pawn down. So king to f2. It looks like that would have been better. Okay, so with this move, he goes there, finding the best move once again, but if he would have captured, I could have captured, but I don't know. I don't think that would have worked. Let's see. If he captures, now it's saying that's best, and I captured. Well, now he can just move here and cut my king off. So then my best move, it looks like, is e5, but then he's going to have a passed pawn running there. Because if I play e5, he captures. If I capture, then this one runs and promotes. So in the game, he played that, which now the computer's saying that is best. So I capture. What would have been the best thing to do? Just move my king back and forth, but then he's going to capture there. So I capture, he captures, and now after this move, we just have the king, helping escort his pawn up. Saying I should have gone that way. Because now he just grabs my other pawn. So, I'm just losing pretty bad now. All right. Okay, well, how many moves did we make it to here? Move 60, 66. And then, yeah, here I just resigned because, if I go there, we have check. If I pick that off, he's just going to eventually mate me here. Okay, so in this review, it says your opponent got the better of you in that game. The opening was balanced. It was an incredible middle game by both of you. Your opponent really came to play in the end game. So I had 96.9 accuracy in the opening versus their 96.8. In the middle game, I played 95.7, but they played 96.5. And then in the end game, 75.2 versus their 92.8. So anyway, if my opponent just played pretty good, I guess, at 2350, and I played at 1900. So I don't know. 1900 is at a higher level than what I'm actually rated. So it's just unfortunate. I think that game should have been a draw in the end if I would have, I don't know, played it a little bit differently. Maybe captured the queen and then kept the knight and the bishop on the board a little bit longer. All right, well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave comments, suggestions, any requests if there's something you'd really like to see in the future. I also do instructional, educational chess videos for those of you that haven't watched them. All right, well, thank you for watching and have a super chess day.